trails that the mountain men followed from trap set to trap set.
To me, it's not about the kill or the animal you trap. It's about the adventure. It's about being out here in Mother Nature. Just look around me. That's what gets me outdoors. Right here I've already got a trap line set. I set it a couple days ago. And this is just a conibear trap set in a runway. These beavers are running up and down right now. It's late fall. They're trying to get as much wood and bark as they can to stock up for the winter. So they're eating all these willows. They're taking them back to their hut. They're trying to make sure that their dam is nice and sealed up because they need that water level up so that they can survive the winter, because if they're out of the water, they're gonna be dead. If that water freezes up inside that hut, there won't be no beavers left in there. So what I'm doing is I've torn the dam apart a couple places, set some lake holes. I've got a couple conibears set in a couple runways like this. I'm gonna set a few more, and then it's just a waiting game. I love trapping because it's like a game of chess. It's not like hunting. Hunting, you get within 100 yards of an animal. Trapping, you gotta get it to go in that one spot you have a trap set. It's a challenge, but I love it. Tell you what, that little sucker's been busy right here. You can see where he's been eating a bunch of these willows, cutting them down. His hut's right there, so he has to be funneling through here, so this would be a good spot to set another conibear. Nowadays, trapping is becoming the lost art. There's a lot of people that would like to get into it, but for one, the education is there. They don't know how, where, things like that. So the first trap I'm gonna talk about is the Conibear 330. This is a great trap. It's great for water sets. You can set it on land, and it's good for coyotes and fox and stuff like that. But what I mainly use it for is beaver. This is a great trap. Set it up in the water, set it up in runways. I've caught a lot of beaver with this trap. That's trapping at its finest.
If you think trapping's a nice, relaxing pastime, just follow Larrabee around.
Tell you what, I've been doing this for a long time, and that still makes me nervous, because that 330 conibear, if it closes on your hand, you might as well kiss them knuckles goodbye. And you always want to set, when you're setting these, you can see the trigger right there. Well, you want that trigger to be where you think that beaver's gonna come from. So that beaver's dam and hut is that way. So I want to set it with the trigger facing to where I'm at right now, because more than likely he's gonna come right down this slough, headed for this water. He'll go right through that and voila. Now what I've done is I've got it set, but I'm gonna take a couple sticks and I'm gonna shove them in the springs. So when that thing traps, that beaver doesn't float down wherever. That's just kind of to hold it. And then I'll take the chain and I'll just wrap it around these willows. Good to go.
Knowing the way the stick floats was tall praise indeed for a mountain man. Meant he was plenty wise to the ways of the wilderness. These contrary mountains can take a green day and paint it white overnight. Shirt sleeves one day and so cold the next that if the thermometer were 1 inch longer, you'd likely freeze to death.
This is the craziest weather in the Rocky Mountains. It's the thing, you just never know. I mean, bluebird skies 1 minute, snow in the next. Makes it really tough conditions to accomplish anything in, but hey, don't sweat the things you can't control. I'm in the beautiful Rocky Mountains and loving every minute of it.
And that cold's got a double edge. It may frost you up, but it's also what grows the thick, lush pelts that you're setting your traps out to catch.
They're mean little suckers, too. That right there is a pleasant surprise. I did not expect that.
It's trapping season for Laramie Miller. He'll place his sets in the beaver runs until the water freezes. Then he'll head inland to try his luck for other furred critters.
You know, when I'm trying to find places to set traps, I just kind of go off a feel. I'm walking through here trying to put myself as a coyote, as a bobcat, fox, wolf, whatever it is, and say, hey, for one, there's a game trail right here, so you know the critter's gonna be running up and down the game trail. So as I'm walking through here, I'm just looking to see a nice little hideaway place that a coyote might go check out, or a wolf, or fox, or bobcat, or whatever it is. It's all about feel and trying to think like those critters. Most of the time, it's close to a game trail, a natural pathway, so you've already got to start. If you think you've never trapped in your life and you know nothing about it, if you can catch a mouse in your house, you've ever deer hunted, you got a pretty good start. It's just getting out there and trying it.
What puts the trapper as close to nature as anybody ever was is the need to work with the land, not against it.
There's kind of a natural little game trail right here, and there's been a couple coyote tracks and a bobcat track. And so what I'm gonna do is, you can see this kind of bare spot over here below this tree. I'm gonna make a dirt hole set right there, and then I'll probably go over there and make another dirt hole set. And that way I'm kind of covering on both sides of this game trail that the coyotes and bobcats are walking down, and hopefully I can get lucky. There's a lot of action in here though. This is a new place that I just found. It's along the river. Perfect, like a trapper's dream. You know, probably the biggest thing when you're trapping, especially canines or, you know, smart critters like that, is your scent. You have to keep your scent down. That's why I've got rubber gloves, rubber boots to help mask the human scent. Those animals make a living off their nose, so. And what I'm gonna do here is, I've got 2 stakes, and I'm gonna drive them in at opposite directions. That way it's hard to pull out. And then I'm gonna do just like I do with all my sets. When I've got leg holds like this, is I'll put some parchment paper in the bottom. That's just to keep that frost off the trap, bottom and top. And right here you can see it's called a dirt hole set for a reason. It looks like a mole or, you know, something digging back in the ground here. And that's where you set your bait, is back up in there. So coyote, bobcat, whatever it is, comes trotting down here, sees this, smells it, comes over to investigate, and then hopefully they step on your trap and kabloomy. Now you just apply the bait, and then I'll put a call lure just a little added scent on to the next one.
To Laramie Miller's set of skills, you can add carpentry.
As you can see, this is just a simple marten box that I've got some meat in the back. I built these boxes. It's got a hinged back so I can put the meat in, a little hole, the D-ring on it for the trap. I mean, simple. Don't overthink marten trapping. As long as you have scent and meat, they will come. On to the next one. That right there is a pleasant surprise. I did not expect that.
Jack of all trades, master of none, they say. But trappers have to be masters of many. Water underwater sets for beaver, leg holds for coyote, boxes on trees for martins, and even a chance at true big game.
We got us a wolf track. I was just in here yesterday, so that's a fresh wolf track. It looks like he's in here last night. So I do believe I'm gonna set a couple wolf traps right here along this creek. I always like to have a border because any kind of canine, they love to run, whether it's fence lines, creeks, ridges, whatever it is, you gotta have some kind of funnel for them. So I'm gonna put the trap just up against that log over there, make a dirt hole set. Who knows, maybe I'll get lucky.
The key to successful trapping is art and science.
See, what that parchment paper does is it keeps the melt and the ice from freezing up your trap. So I lay it on the bottom, and then I lay it on top of the pan, and then I'll cover it up. And especially like a day like today, it's really warm. It's trying to rain. It's in the mid-30s. Well, that's horrible for trapping, so you need to take every precaution you can to keep that trap from freezing up. The nice thing about those self-tapping anchors is even if you have soft ground, they flatten out when you pull on them. So that wolf, he shouldn't get out of that, but if he does, I have a drag for a backup. So now all that's left, throw some parchment paper over the top, cover it with a little bit of good snow, bait it, and then the waiting game starts. You know, at the same time with wolves, well, any canines really, you want to try to keep it as scent-free as you can of human scent. Because boy, if they smell it, game's up. The reason I set that up kind of high is so the wind can blow it around. And then I'll put another one down in there.
Time to hightail it out of here and leave the wolf to find it. Something every trapper soon learns is that not every sprung trap will be holding a critter.
Huh. Well, a swing and a miss. There's no telling really what got in here, but whatever it is, it got away. I'll reset it and try again.
That right there is a pleasant surprise. I did not expect that.
For Beaver, the crown jewel of trapping, Laramie makes underwater sets, but he's just as careful with traps for marten.
A swing and a miss.
There ain't no guarantees, but that won't stop him from dreaming big. Traps ain't about setting them and leaving them. They take constant attention and tending.
What I'm doing is I'm just making sure that trap isn't frozen solid in the snow. Because we had quite a bit of rain. Now there's about an inch of snow on top of it, but it's about perfect. It hasn't froze underneath yet, so you know, a wolf could still step in there and go through and get caught. So I'm just freshening it up a little bit, make it a little more visually appealing, and go on to the next one. I'm gonna try. I'm gonna give her heck and put the work in, and hopefully it'll pay off.
while there may still be time to set out leg hole traps, Laramie's other trapping venture looks like it could be drawing to a close with the onset of freezing weather. Ice, well, it's a trapper's worst enemy. And as the frozen chill begins to deepen, these beaver runs may soon be inaccessible.
Well, I do believe my trapping season for this fall is over. At least for beaver, anyway. You look, there's ice. 3 inches probably, almost overnight. But what do? On to the next critter. I'm gonna pull all my traps. I'm gonna focus my attention on other animals. Old Mother Winter, you just never know. So you wanna be a trapper, huh? Some of the predicaments I get myself into. Well, I had a trap right there. I don't see the trap, but there's ice over the top. I could have caught a beaver under there, but I don't know. Have to dig it out and see, I guess.
If it's cold enough, ice can be harder than concrete, as Laramie knows too well. If time is a river, it's one that some feel blessed to be able to drink from.
I tell you what, it doesn't get much better than this. You know, I'm always thinking about the past, and you think about first expeditions through here, Lewis and Clark, the Native Americans before them. This country was untouched. You know, game plentiful everywhere, fish by the thousands and thousands in the rivers. Not a house, not a person anywhere around. I mean, truly, truly wild land. There's still parts that are wild, but I can only experience just a small sliver of what they got to experience and see out here, of what they had. And it's awesome. I couldn't be happier.